Let's have some truth talk today. It's something that all of us have dealt with. I know for a fact you probably dealt with it. I have, but very few people really talk about it. You probably don't even want to admit that you deal with imposter syndrome. Hi, everyone. I'm Rashonda Pratt, known in the digital streets as The Rose Show Live. I'm an author, visibility coach, and you are watching Visibility is Power TV. If you haven't already done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you get all the alerts whenever I'm dropping anything about confidence, imposter syndrome, or brand visibility. Glad that you are here. Research says 70% of people feel this way, feel this feeling of not being good enough, feeling like they're going to be found out, that they're not the real deal. So today I want to talk to you about 4 ways that you can beat imposter syndrome, things that I've done in my life that I know that will be totally supportive to you. Now, let's look at this. Imposter syndrome is defined as when an individual doubts their skills, their talents, or accomplishments. Have you ever been there? I've been there. And has this persistent internalizing thought and feeling that they're going to be exposed as an imposter, even though all external situations prove to be otherwise. It looks something like this. I've actually had this happen before to someone. You've won an Emmy, right? I'm a former television news producer, worked in television news as a TV producer for 20 years. You're a producer, you won an Emmy, yet you still doubt if you have the goods to produce a good show. You just won a trophy. I think that proves that you have the goods. But on the inside, you keep feeling this imposter syndrome. And so I want to talk to you today about 4 tools, 4 things that can really support you in eliminating the imposter syndrome, saying bye-bye, and stepping fully into your own visibility. Number one, the first thing that you want to do is you want to assess your abilities, right? One of the things that I love to do from time to time, if I'm honest, probably like every quarter or so, I like to do an assessment. Many of you have done this. If you've dated a guy or a gal and you wanted to know in middle school if you wanted to stay with this person, you take out a sheet of paper, draw a line down the middle, and say the pros and cons. Well, I love to put down on a sheet of paper all of my abilities. I want to assess the things that I'm really good at, the things that people have told me that they found to be very beneficial, or how I have been significant in their life, right? So if it helps to eliminate this feeling of feeling like you're incompetent because you just listed the fact that I help people to tell their story. I have helped people step into a bigger, greater version of themselves. I have done some work when it comes to my mindset, just looking and taking a realistic assessment of your abilities. Write down your accomplishments. This is a time when it's okay to brag on yourself and what you're really good at. Compare that with your self assessment. So write down all the things, your accomplishments, the things that you've done, right? Give yourself a pat on the back. That sheet of paper will be helpful in the times when you're starting to doubt, like, am I good enough? Do I really have the goods? You just wrote it down on the paper and now you have proof. I really believe in the whole write the vision and make it plain. Well, the vision is right there in front of you. And when you're writing that down, you can step into this. Number 2, which is really big. I've been doing this particular thing since college. I won't tell you how long that is. Challenge your self-talk. The person you believe the most is you, my friend. So challenge your self-talk. There's many books out there about challenging your self-talk. One of the things is, one of my favorite books that I keep on my shelf is Telling Myself the Truth. It's a very powerful book. Get a copy. But challenge your self-talk. Acknowledge your thoughts and put them in perspective, right? I'm a big feeler, and I am really big on feeling the feels, right? And then navigating through them. So acknowledge what you're feeling, acknowledge the fact that you're feeling, incompetent, acknowledge the fact that you're feeling like you are a fraud, acknowledge those feelings, and then put it in its proper place, put it in perspective. Okay, I'm feeling like a fraud. Rashonda, that's not the case. You're not a fraud. You just helped a client be able to tell their story that led in the media. You see that? You can do the same thing. So challenge your self-talk. right? Just don't sit there and let the ideas and thoughts marinate and swirl around in your mind. Challenge it, move forward. Number three, this is a big one. Stop the comparison trap. Uh-oh. Yeah, stop comparing yourself to everyone else. I remember one time I was working with a client and they were getting really frustrated. They were in our live video course and they were just saying over and over, Rashonda, I just want to do it like you. I just want to do it like you. I just want to be like you. I just want to be like you. And I said, well, there's a difference in doing it like me and being me. You will never be me, right? God is not making duplicates, ladies and gentlemen. There's only one me. There's only one you, unless you're a twin. But still, there's only one you. So don't get into this thing of wanting to be someone else because that's such a disservice to the people that you're called to serve, right? And it's a slap in the face of your creator who created you uniquely like you are. So eliminate this thought because imposter syndrome, then you look at comparing yourself to others, when you're scrolling on the social media. No, 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 no. I told my client, what my job is to help out to bring the better version of you so you can step into the visibility of who you are. It's never to make you like me. I can show you the blueprint, but we're going to take that blueprint, that system, and we're going to work it through your own flavor and through your own style. Stop the comparison trap. If you find yourself comparing yourself to other people, take a step back and maybe you need to spend less time on social media. Just saying. And finally, create a brain trust. This has been revolutionary for me, ladies and gentlemen. Create a brain trust. What does this look like? Having someone outside of your particular social group, when you're feeling like an imposter, that you can be very honest with them and say, this is what's going on, and they can reel you back in. Excuse me. What does this look like? This looks like the good friend who says, Rashonda, you're not an imposter. What are you talking about? Let's navigate through these feelings. This person that you can be vulnerable with, right? Because visibility and vulnerability go together. This is a person that you can be vulnerable with and you can be very transparent with, and they can help reel you back in and remind you of what's true about you. Isn't it amazing to have people who can remind you about what's true about you? Here's the thing to remember, right? You can still have imposter moments. You can. You can still have moments when you feel like an imposter, right? But you don't have to live an imposter life. There's the difference. Your visibility is power. I'm Rashonda Pratt, known online as The Rose Show Live. Listen, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You're watching Visibility is Power TV because your visibility is power and you need to stand in it because you deserve to be seen, heard, and paid this year. Talk to you soon.